Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Toby. Thank you so much for joining me here. I appreciate your attention and your openness to the messages that want to come through to us today. This video is going to be the next in a series of videos around the elements and what they would like to share with us as we enter into 2023. If you have had a chance to see the prior videos, the first was from Mother Gaia, the second was from the element of water, and this one will be from the element of air. I was guided to use the Star Tarot, the Life Soul Vision Oracle, and the the Wisdom of the Oracle. So we will get started. First, I would like to say that these messages may be definitely, you experienced it if you watched the water reading, and I feel the same is going to be for this reading from the element of air. It feels very much like we will be receiving information from the element of air as to how we can be helpful and healing to the element, as well as what it can offer us. So to begin, I would like for you to close your eyes and envision yourself sitting on the ground in a mountain meadow. It's very green. There are a few bright yellow flowers here and there in the meadow. And it's the time of year when it's early spring, when the sun is warm and the air is still cool. Envision yourself in this meadow, feeling the air around you, feeling the wind swirling and blowing, sensing and hearing the wind and air blowing through the flowers, the grass, the trees around you. Sensing and hearing and seeing the birds as they float in the air, as they glide. Above you. Sensing the air blowing through you and around you. Really feel into the element of air, and we will get started. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages. What would the element of air like to share with us as we enter into 2023, please? Swords. We're going to get two more and then we'll get started. The importance of your breath is coming through, just as it did in the reading from water. Bigger energy. Okay. Princess of Cups. Oh, okay, there's one more. Keep breathing. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out, releasing all the air. And Nine of Swords. The first overall message I'm getting is the need to... The element of air is associated with our thoughts, our thought forms, thought patterns, our mind, the intellect. But it's also reflective on the shadow aspect of how our thoughts can trap us. How we can easily be... The word dissuaded is coming through, but how our thoughts create our reality. And as magical and creative a force as that is, it can also be to our detriment when we assign too much meaning to our thoughts, when we allow our thoughts to be the only thing that guides us, when we allow ourselves to identify with our thoughts. And so by doing so, and not being mindful of the thought patterns that are constantly flowing within us, we can become trapped by that. And that's where the Nine of Swords, traditionally speaking, is about anxiety, nighttime, nightmares, fears, the things in the dark that keep us from being able to rest, that weigh heavy on us so that we aren't able to rest. But I feel a real sense of being trapped by this. But see the air swirling around? See the air swirling around her, trying to free her? Because if she were to stand up and follow that air, she would be able to see that those swords are merely resting on the wall above her. That she's in effect choosing to remain trapped there. We also have the Eight of Swords, which is again it can be mental confusion, feeling trapped in one's own mind, not being able to see a way through. But again, it's this overarching vision that the eagle represents that is going to allow us to see the impact that our thoughts are having. And in the Judgment card, I feel I was guided to use the Star Tarot because I felt a heavy cosmic influence in this reading coming through, almost speaking for the air element. And see, we have the bear, Ursa Major, represented here. I'm hesitating because there is a star or a star cluster that is part of this constellation that is bringing through these messages, and I can't name it, so I apologize. Maybe afterwards I'll put it in the comments, but I can't think of it right now. But that feels very important, that is the star cluster that is bringing through guidance for us in this reading. And again, it's about, the Judgment card is about taking that higher vision and being able to see all angles instead of being trapped in one mindset. with the Princess of Cups, we have someone who is very open to their feelings, very open to new emotional experiences, has a childlike wonder for the awe and beauty of life, and is willing to follow their intuition. See how the star is connected to her third eye here? I can't do it backwards. There we go. Sorry, guys. Yeah, she's being open to follow the intuition, being open to make that a part of your everyday process as you're going through your daily life. All of these marine animals who represent joy and play and a carefree, childlike curiosity and innocence, making that a priority in our daily lives. And that helps to free us from the Nine of Swords, which is artificially created. Okay, I'm going to go to the Wisdom Oracle because I'm getting a sense that there's obviously more to this. And how is this associated? Oh, associated with the air. One, your breath, allowing your breath to move through you. But in addition, connecting to the birds that you see around you, spending time out in nature so that you're able to have the fresh air, that you're able to have literally the saying of clearing one's mind, you know, going for a walk to clear your mind, but really connecting into the air element to allow it to clean out the cobwebs, to clear the dust that hangs on these repetitive thoughts that, just as these swords are lined up, they are attached to this wall. And they've been there so long that a cobweb has formed. A spider has built its web there. They've been there so long that there's dust that's piling up on these swords. And these are the things that are weighing you down night after night after night. Opening the windows, allowing the fresh air in to cleanse that space, to cleanse your space, to allow yourself to rest. You're not able to see clearly because of all of these things that are piling up in the mental space. And the thing is, we have the choice of what... We may not have the choice of the thoughts that come into our mind, but we have the ability to attach to those thoughts or not. To see them and then say, I see you, I send love to you, but I let you go, I don't identify with that. You are not the truth. Because oftentimes, those thoughts that come to us in this mental space are not truth. And this is where the judgment comes in. And trusting oneself to see things in a new and fresh eye from your intuition and from what your heart tells you to be true, not solely what your mind tells you to be true. Often it can be that the mind speaks from the ego space and not from the higher self. And then we have the thinker. So, oh my goodness, this is card 44. Yeah. How do you want to, look at all this open space though. Do you see all this open space around this figure? And this is a fairy. See how it's all open? This is your mental space. And this is what the air is trying to remind us of. That each day we start with, it's trite, but a clean slate. for our mental space. So what are you going to put into that space? What thoughts are you going to allow to stay in that space? And it's not about judging when the thoughts come through that are not for your highest good. It's about accepting them, seeing them, and then letting them go. It's just in the letting go that is the greatest importance, not attaching to those, not giving them great importance so that they stick around, not judging yourself for having those thoughts even. Okay, I'm going to go to the Life Soul Vision Oracle and see what this has to add to this message. It always brings through beautiful, profound messages that just tie the entire reading up together. And yes, I know some of them are upside down, but I don't read these in the reverse necessarily. I read them intuitively. So, okay, what the air have to share with us as we enter into 2023? Please, Spirit, what does the air have to share with us? There's really a sense of paying attention to weather patterns as well. Things that affect our air, our air, and what messages are you getting from those? Are you allowing the storms or high winds that we experience to be cleansing energetically to you, to your space? Or is there so much fear around them that we're not allowing nature to fulfill its role? Third eye energy, awakened vision, number 11. So we have 44 and we have 11. We have 9, we have 20, we have 8. Your angels are with you. You are protected. All right, let's go one more time. I feel there's another one. Keep visualizing yourself on that mountainside in the meadow with the wind swirling and blowing softly around you. The guide and the gift, number 53. So we have 8. Well, this image reminds me a lot of the mental image I had that I asked you guys to envision at the beginning. The difference is the flowers are purple instead of yellow. I'm feeling a lot of portal type. I mean, obviously there's a doorway there. So what are you going to take through with you as we enter into 2023? Are those thoughts going to be guiding you? Or are you going to connect with your higher self, connect with your absolute power and ability to create your own reality, which is the gift that resides within you? Third eye energy, awakened vision. Yes, so how does everything look now that the air is cleared? Now that you're looking through not just the lens of your mind, but incorporating your heart, incorporating your intuition, incorporating guidance from the stars, from your cosmic family, incorporating guidance from nature, from the air, from the water, from your inner child. Now that you've awakened to that visual ability, how does the world look? How does this next year look? How do you want it to look? It's very important as we go into this next year to recognize that as we are creating our reality, it impacts the collective, it impacts the world, it impacts nature. And the more we work against nature, the more nature has to take over in its role. Let me clarify, I'm sorry. So if we are not stepping into the role of the creative force, if we are not embodying the creative energy within us in a way that's supportive of ourselves, of the collective, of the further advancement of the higher frequency for the earth, then to take. So it's very important to the cleanse we receive from nature through the air, through the wind. It has significance, it has importance, and we can assist by doing these steps ourselves. Okay, I hope that you found that helpful. I'm going to leave the reading there, and I would love to hear comments or thoughts. Please put that down below. And until then, yes, I will be back with a reading for the element of fire. And thank you again for being here. I appreciate your openness, your time, your attention, and your energy.